to 270, right?
You're not like a jockey.
And I'm definitely not like a jockey. I'd have to be riding an elephant to look like a jockey.
Yeah.
But the fact is that I got the smallest car available to man, I seriously think, besides one of those smart cars.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny, as you've seen, and as you're just commenting on across the airwaves. Thanks, Sean. Me getting out of this car, I'm the ding-dong driving around in that yellow car about 100 miles per hour from appointment to appointment.
Anyway.
Anyways, all right, yeah. So we can't keep it 100% serious. But anyways,
No,
all right, so we were
can't.
talking about short sale negotiations. We don't want to be dry or anything. We were talking about short sale negotiations and how important a broker price opinion is, that it to be sent in with every file. Don't try to save the $50, $60, $70, $80, or $90 or $100 for your client. Because in the end, you're going to get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You're going to be able to make a much lower offer. You're going to have a faster turn time, and you're just going to have a much smoother transaction. You heard it here first. Please do that. That's really going to help your client. And some people say, well, I don't want to cost my client $100. It'll hurt them. Well, then pay for it for them. You know, if you've got the listing, you're going to sell the house. You really need to get the BPO done. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking about that. But anyway, you need inside the package. So we went through the application, income docs, asset docs, bank short sale apps, household bills, mortgage coupons, broker price opinion. You need all the notice of sale or default letters, a hardship letter, what happened, why they can't pay the bills anymore, and why they will not be able to pay the bills in the future. You need to have your purchase agreement. You need to have your short sale addendum. You need to have your listing agreement in there. Now, these things are very hard to read, Sean, as I know you know, after facts after facts after facts. So
I need a clear copy of the contract.
My God, how many times have you heard that from under
Every day I'm trying to fund a loan.
Hello. I know. So what you should do, so that there's no confusion and more time delay, is put an unsigned copy that was just printed off. Have the listing agent, you should probably have it, or have the selling agent send you one via email that's unsigned. And put that in there behind that so they can actually read the terms, okay? It's a good idea to make sure that, you want to send in a proposal letter. Your proposal letter or your analysis should show the mathematical equation of why a short sale is better than an REO property. Some things could be future depreciation if they take it under an REO, maintenance, vandalism. Copper wire theft is the new gold rush. It's like 1849 all over again out there in the valley. So eureka! I have found a house with copper wire, and so you need to be careful because this house can be vandalized. The people moving out, if they're unhappy and they foreclose, may actually take the cabinets, toilets, all of that stuff, and they need to, maybe be reminded with a nice one sentence thing saying that the seller really wants to furnish their new rental with things from their current house.
Yeah, the white van treatment.
Yeah, that's right. They have gold doorknobs at the new house they're moving into, and they wanted those pewter ones. Yeah. And so, so you just need to make sure that you let them know that these things could potentially happen to the house. So send that in on a proposal letter. All right. You need a fax cover letter that states that this is a short sale offer. On that fax cover letter, you need to say, this house is being sold $5,000 above my BPO, and that will get their attention, or however many. Right now, we're having offers of a little tiny bit over the BPO, which you can still probably get it to appraise. But a BPO, I think, is a really good. A BPO, you're trying to get low, and appraisal, you're trying to get high.
Right.
So,
yeah,
so there's usually that gap, and usually you fall within that.
The reason why the offers might be coming in a little bit higher is because there's not a whole heck of a lot of inventory out there. So there's a lot of buyers out there right now making multiple offers, and it's really created a floor in the prices. And we're actually seeing it's kind of a tricky thing because you have to be competitive with the highest offer.
Right.
But then what happens if the property doesn't appraise?
Exactly.
So it gets dropped back down. So
you're kind of there. Don't worry, there's 600,000 coming on the market soon. Another couple of months. Also, some other miscellaneous forms that you're going to want to send in. If, for instance, the reason why they're having a hardship is because they had a divorce and now there's only one income in the house, like I'm bumping into so much on my loan mods. You want to put the divorce decree in there, or at least the page that says, the house has been awarded to. Right now I don't know if that's an award, actually, getting a house in California right now on the divorce. But, bankruptcy paperwork, these kinds of things, okay? You just want to throw all that in there. And one thing is, don't piecemeal this stuff in. Please just put all this stuff together in one nice, neat package and send it in. And then
be patient.
Yeah, send in your authorization for your client first. Wait 2 or 3 days. Call to make sure they get it, and then send in the main package. Call and always ask for the short sale department's fax and phone number. Okay, that's really important to do as well. Some other tips I would have is that you need to put the loan number on each and every page of that fax. You've got to do it. Short Sale Success software will automatically put that on for you. So that saves you an hour. You know, if you don't have to go through 90 things.
Handwriting
and put it on. And it also number your pages, because when Ding Dong at the bank gets this, you know, you're going to have to be, well, where's our taxes? Well, it's on page 35, it's on page 36, and whatever else, okay? Call and verify that they got your authorization. Please also call and verify that they've got your package after you sent it, okay? So people ask me, and we'll get off this topic, people ask me all the time, well, how often am I supposed to call? Well, a good thing to do is ask the setup people how long this typically takes. If it's Countrywide, they'll probably say 6 years, or Bank of America. I feel bad for people at that bank. But the other thing too, just ask them, say, hey, does this typically take 45 days? What are the steps? They'll typically tell you. And then what you need to do is follow up. I recommend every 3 to 5 business days, at least once a week. Don't wait 2, don't wait 3, and don't believe them if they say call back in 45 days.
Do you have to call them every day? I mean,
you don't have to call them every day. Some people do because they're getting
wheel
anxious.
gets the grease.
Yeah, a squeaky wheel. It needs to be greased. And no more than every 3 days, typically every 5 business days. That's a good rule of thumb, quite frankly. Now, if they say, get me something by tomorrow, don't wait 5 days. Get it to them by tomorrow. It's important to contact them at least once a week. And as the negotiations near the end, it is really a good idea to call them every 2 or 3 days. And make sure you try to get some email addresses from them.
Do you get like an email address, a direct extension?
Once it gets to a negotiator, you'll typically be via email, and a lot of times they don't put it. If you look at their signature, it's just the 1-800 number. That's regular.
I hate that.
You typically can't talk to them. It's typically an email thing, but oftentimes you can. So whatever you can do that works, do it. And if you can do both, do that too. But again, don't wear them out. You want to be professional. And you don't want to send 5 faxes when you can wait till tomorrow and send them all at once. It's just time management.
So you get a log of how often you've checked up on the deal?
Absolutely.
And who you talk to? Yeah. Do you get direct extensions?
I get direct extensions. I get their phone number, their pant size. I mean, I get everything. I log it down, and I write down every single word that they tell me, so that next time I speak with them, I can just use that as a reference.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, Jason, next week we're going to be talking about first-time home buyers.
I can't wait.
And we're going to be talking about last week we talked about the credit,
yep.
The tax credit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't heard that, you can always go to knewsradio.com and listen to all the past archives
yep.
of the show.
We love groupies.
We love groupies. We're also going to be talking about the first-time home buyer's
yep.
tax credit, not paying rent, and what you need to know about getting your financing today.
Absolutely.
And then if you are listening out there and you want to do a refinance, you think interest rates are great, you want to change the term or reduce your monthly payments, give me a call. You can reach me throughout the week at 760-835-5663. And if you're doing a refinance, let me know that you listen to the show, and I'll give you a $400 value, a free appraisal at the close of escrow.
You bet. And if you're looking for a loan modification, the office number is 772-2121. My cell phone number is 567-0620. And if you have any questions on short sales, please call one of those numbers, www.ctcloanmods. Have a fantastic rest of the Sunday, and I'm glad to be back. We'll see you next week.